to another episode of Journey to the Dark Side. Daniel.
Simon.
And, my dick's hard right now. Sorry.
Right.
You can't really see it, but it's raging right now. Buddy, what are we looking at tonight? What event are we looking at tonight?
Man, WWF Bad Blood, or In Your House Bad Blood.
I think it was Bad Blood in your house.
Yeah,
right?
well, I would rather it say, I'm saying it In Your House Bad Blood.
Fair
because
enough.
It's not, no, the pay-per-view series wasn't the Bad Blood series. It's the In Your House series.
Kind of, but they were, at this point, though, they're pushing the names front, though.
Drop In Your House.
Because I agree.
Because they dropped the set a long time ago.
Yeah, because the In Your House would be up here, and then they'd have the little subtitle down here, but then around this, Ground Zero was the first one where they're like, Ground Zero! In Your House. So, but go ahead.
October the 5th, 1997, from the Kiel Center in St. Louis, Missouri, with an attendance of...
Oh, fuck. Business is always down.
Yeah.
8,000.
Coming around. One more shot.
9,000.
Okay, 21,151.
What? Fuck you! It's not down that much. That's a respectable number right there.
I almost read this wrong because they usually don't put this shit on there. But I almost said like
204,000. The biggest one in U.S. history.
Yeah.
Nobody hanging from the rafters, you know.
Yeah.
Dan Meltzer's like, they fudged that number. You can't put that many people in there.
I bet you want to know what our main event is.
What? Well, you know what? I don't even worry about that because we got the main event today. Because the main event, Hell in a Cell.
Fuck me, I watched the Legion.
Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. So, first Hell in a Cell in the history, right here.
Yep.
To get to this point, let's just do a brief recap. At SummerSlam, Taker's world champion. He's fighting Bret Hart. Shawn Michaels, special guest referee. A chair shot that was accidental, however, would cost Taker his title.
What a great moment.
Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, we're just in a great era right now.
I know,
yeah. So, Taker's pissed. He wants some revenge. They have a match at Ground Zero, which was our season finale last year. And as they're battling out there, due to DX interference and a shit ton of referees getting knocked out, the match is thrown out. Yep. No contest. So they decide, you know what we're going to have to do? We got to put him in the cage. But it's a regular cage. Because, fuck, people can just climb that shit.
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell. And in the extended cage, top. And I remember leading up to this, they didn't have pictures of it. So you didn't know what to expect. And I just remember thinking, like, holy shit, what? What the hell is this all going to be like?
No, wait. Didn't they do, like, little preview videos of, like...
Not at that time.
The guys, like, rolling out the fence and, like, welding it?
They would start doing that, I think, 98 with the Foley one, and then from that point on...
We already knew it was then.
Exactly. But I think... But then you have Jim Ross's great, like, The Devil's Playground, and, you know, this is made from, you know...
I mean, I may be thinking of the Elimination Chamber.
I think that's another one they did. But
when they showed that, working on it.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah. So...
Sorry.
I thought it's all good. We go in the weeds here.
We'll get to the one.
we eventually will. Sure, hope we don't catch fire on the way out there. Anyways, speaking of fire, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, as this match is set, we also get Paul Bearer, who for the past few months now has been promising to debut Kane, Undertaker's younger brother. Thought to have been dead in a fire that Undertaker supposedly started.
Killed him.
And not only did it kill the parents, but it killed Kane. However, Paul Bearer said Kane's not dead. In fact, he's been taking care of him since then, and now he's going to come back for some revenge. Lot to unpack. Opening that thing up right there.
He's spent a lot of late nights there at the funeral home with Mama Undertaker.
Oh, absolutely. Powder. Man, Paul Bearer. If that's your booty call, that's his... Like, we got to assume it was in the early days, so maybe he wasn't as chunky. Maybe he was a looker back in the day. Maybe Paul Bearer was a ladies killer. Anyways,
when he tells those stories like that, though, it's like, like when he's given that, and this is the route we're going. He's probably just like, fuck yeah, I can. He just seems like such a greasy, creepy. He
does. He really does.
And even like the real guy did. And I mean, no disrespect.
Oh no, he was great in that. You know, just so here we are, and you know what to expect from this thing. Now, I think we should mention right now, we're off the top of the show. This is one of those few WWF matches that Dave Meltzer gave the 5-star rating to. Wow. He doesn't hand them out very often, so it's like
to them.
Especially after them. I think the last one he may have done to here was Shawn and Razor at WrestleMania 10, the ladder match,
okay.
which once again, I mean, iconic matches, you know. So
didn't get 7 stars though. If it had been in the Tokyo Dome,
if it would have been Tokyo Dome and a lot of flippy bullshit, they'd be like, you know what, all stars, take all stars away from our matches. Anyways, and this is the last time we will see Vince McMahon on commentary.
Okay.
Because as you know, next month will be the Survivor Series and the birth, if you will, of the Mr. McMahon character. So,
Yes.
so that's that. So, Michaels comes out, and dude, I just love his cocky demeanor starting off. Also, did you watch the pre-match
I watched
interview?
his little promo. I thought he flubbed it a little bit.
He looked like he was probably fucked up, honestly.
Okay.
But for being fucked up, I thought he got through pretty good. I mean, but you're right. There was a couple times he would just kind of like, he didn't really slur or stutter, but it's almost like he kind of got lost for a second, then he'd be like, okay, and then go right back into it. And the look in his eyes, like I know enough people who've done stuff that you can look in their eyes and just tell when they're fucked up. He looked like he was pretty much fucked up, which once again is a credit to his in-ring ability that he can be that fucked up. But the bumps he takes in this match, you're just like, he need to be on some kind of painkiller, like seriously, because fuck, he's still in no pain. Did you notice that after the interview they passed the mic to Triple H and they just cut him off? And I'm just like, oh shit, he's gonna marry your daughter soon.
A couple years, bud.
Yeah, your time's gonna come. Your time will be now. So anyways, Michael goes out there, and then out comes Undertaker. And
no.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, just kind of trying to be chronological.
Oh, no, go ahead.
So once Michaels and DX, they were invited down by the ring, and for some reason, they closed. I didn't know why they lowered the cage down before Undertaker came out, but whatever, that's not a big deal. So the cage comes down, and knowing what was coming later, I thought it was cool that, like, they had Triple H and Slaughter and China and Rick Rude and all of them, like, playing with the door.
Yeah.
Like, you know, really, like, saying, this man, you know.
Can't get out of this.
You know, so I just felt like that was, you know, now that I, you know, and
absolutely.
Like, oh, that was brilliant that they did that. Like, you know, like.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, 3 or 4 people were jerking on that door.
So it's just like, well, like, it's solid. I mean,
right
there on them as a mark here.
Because even in, like, cage matches, you don't see everybody running over, like, you know.
Just make sure, you know.
But, so I thought that was a neat.
No, I agree.
Just one of those little details.
And I also like the fact, too, they were almost like expecting someone to jump in, and so they're checking like under the ring. And I'm like, that's really cool, too, because once again, I mean, Taker's popped out from underneath the ring, Mankind's under the ring.
I think Vince said it on commentary. Like, it's happened before.
Yeah, so it's just like, perfect. And so, anyway, so Cage came down. I think it's more for the visual of. It's almost poetic, like, you know, now Michaels is in his own personal hell and he's going to watch his maker come through. So almost like, you know, Michaels is there first, Cage comes down, and now here comes the dead man. So I think, I'm not saying that's what they did. It could have just been a production botch, but they're like, fuck, dropped.
Yeah.
But anyways, Taker comes out, and they get the cage door padlocked on it. It's always funny to see people who work with padlock, because it seems like there's always a bit of a fumble there. And it just seems like Michaels gets out to go to the door, but Hefner doesn't have the lock on just yet, so he has to kind of stop and just be like, whoa. And I'm just like, you can push him out of the way right now.
It's almost like people working with handcuffs.
Exactly. Oh,
sorry.
Bat.
Contemporary reference.
There you go. I'm sure they'll know. Anyways, but no, the match gets underway, and for the first half of this match, it's just Taker fucking up Michaels. Dude, that one backdrop he takes over the rope, and he just goes straight to the floor, back bump. God damn.
Yeah.
Once again, as I'm watching this, I'm just like, dude, he's got to be so fucked up right now that he probably doesn't even feel it. But see, that's the problem. Michaels will take these ridiculous bumps, and we'll see in a couple months that that's what happened to him.
Yeah.
Throw a casket out there and see what happens, you know? And so it's just like, his style really was a bit more reckless. Everybody kind of talked about Foley, but it's just like, dude, Michaels did the same shit, though. Seriously. Maybe not as extreme.
Yeah.
But it's like, he's still taking these ridiculous, like,
I mean, Michaels would seem like, seemingly, he would just do that in the big matches, where Foley just did it on Sunday Night.
He's on Jaff, and he's just like, all right, going off the stage now. Like,
yeah, but I get it. Like, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like,
and so, Taker fucks him up. Now, we do get a bit of a comeback spot, because Taker does a move. I thought it was repetitive, but then I figured that's why they had to do it. Because he'd throw him right into the cage.
The clothesline?
Yep, and he backed up the clothesline. He did it twice, and I'm just like, same spot? And you go for a third time, but now, you know,
it reminded me, like, when I'm playing a wrestling game, I'll move to it.
Exactly, yeah. Get worked out. Get that right on him. But Michaels counters it, and I thought that was pretty
clotheslines, too.
Yeah, oh yeah, no. Insane. And so, Michaels got him down, and Michaels comes back with it. He got the chair shots. He's got the stairs. Pile drives his ass on the stairs, which was pretty awesome. Now, here's some seeds they're planting early on, and I love it. a lot of the camera guys are right there in their fucking face the entire time. There's a moment where Taker has him up. He's going to do that powerbomb spot, and Michaels would grab it. But the camera's right there. I'm like, is this fucking WCW? Like, back up. But I forgot. I really forgot a lot about this match. I forgot how the door gets open initially. And so, going back and watching this time, it's like, oh shit, they're planting those seeds early on. Like, the camera's constantly in their way. At one point, Michaels does the pile driver on the stairs. He looks at the camera. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm loving just, getting kind of, pissy with this. Michaels does a spot outside the curtain. That's the thing about this Hell in a Cell.
Those two, and when they're in the ring together, cameramen are not safe, though.
Oh, yeah, no. Heck no. Well, sometimes they are. When you pull them away and the guy just misses his back. But anyways, that guy was really safe. But, I will say one thing about this that I loved was the use of the cage. Before, because this is the very first one. I could be wrong. I don't think anybody's expecting this to go outside or on the roof. I think it was just like, but they used that cage so perfectly to where, like, Michaels counters that power bomb by grabbing onto the cage and hanging off it. He does kind of like a Vader bomb elbow thing where he's on top of the cage and he lets go.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so I love that. There's a moment where they mentioned, like, he gets a big back body drop and his feet graze the cell on top. So, I mean, and to me, it just felt like the cage really was used so effectively.
Well, it's much like Michaels and Razor.
Yeah, exactly,
Like, it was, I mean, it's not the first ladder match, so I'm not trying to make that, but it was the first one that, like... I don't care, fuck Hart. It was the first one because guess what? No one saw the other one. I'm not trying to make him mad. He's a bitter old man. But I mean, ladder matches are still fun to this day, like, but they're just so much different. Like, but you see that, like, the ladder was, it was used as a weapon and things like that, but like the way that it was utilized,
that you use your gimmick, and I think that's the thing that a lot of matches. We've mentioned this before. Like, we saw like last curtain match or final curtain match or whatever. We've seen casket matches where they don't use the casket as much. It's like, when you have a gimmick match, use the gimmick. That's what it's there for. Yeah. And Al Snow, going into weeds here, I'm sorry. Al Snow talking about one time a shoot interview talking about how, in tag match, like why tag wrestling's dying is because they don't have real tag teams. And unfortunately, when you do that, you don't get tag wrestling. You get 2 single matches. And then you tag out, and another single match happens, and then you tag. And it's like, that's all you get. Whereas with tag wrestling, there's frequent tags, there's tag moves, like that. And he goes, that's the gimmick. And what makes great tag team wrestling? They use the gimmick, Yeah. And so I feel like here, same thing. They used that cell for all it was worth inside initially. Like I said, and the spot that Taker keeps trying to get, which once again is so brilliant, he keeps trying to do the battering ram, and every time Michael's able to back off each time, So, at one point, they're in the ring, and Taker throws Michaels out. If I miss anything, cut me off. Okay. But he throws him out, and he lands on a camera guy. Not even the same camera guy, too. I thought that was brilliant. But
they brought that up.
Yeah. He was the same one, but he hits on the camera guy, and then he gets pissed and starts stomping him in the head. Now, what's great about this is, you can see, kayfabe, obviously, but you can see Michaels is already thinking ahead, and he grabs him from that side and drags his ass over to the side of the door and drops him off and gives him another boot. Because he knows they're not going to let him stay out here injured. They're going to come and get him. And when they do, that could be an exit. Goes back in there, and for the whole time, Hefner's out there with the referee or whatever. He's in the ring, and he hits Sweet Chin music. Now, at this point, Slaughter's already out there. They got the door open. They're attending to the guy. He hits Sweet Chin music, but as soon as he turns around, Taker sits right up, and Michaels is like, fuck this.
Nope, not doing it.
Gets out there, leaves the cage.
Yeah, knocks the camera guy over again.
Yeah, fuck that camera guy. Gets out there, Taker's hot on his heels, and we had the match outside, and dude, the crowd is fucking electric here. Like,
I forgot this one went up top.
Yes, and so they're going
ribbing Undertaker from the beginning.
Oh, yeah. I was really surprised he made it there.
Famously afraid of heights.
Is he really?
Yes.
I did not know that. Did not know that. So, they're battling it out right here, and Michaels gets busted open. Now, I really wish Joey was here for this one. Anybody out there knows the answer, hit me down below. I don't think Michaels bladed a whole lot in this era, because I've been watching chronologically everything. I really can't remember a match where he literally bled. If I'm wrong, please hit me up, let me know. But I'm thinking, even his match with like Mankind back in the day, I don't think it had any blood in it. Brutal feuds with Hart, Bulldog. I don't think he ever bled that much.
Well, there was a blood. We were just kind of getting out of the bloodless era too.
No, you're right. Of course, WrestleMania 13 kind of ended that. I think
and they just got in trouble for that too.
Did they? I didn't know that.
Because there was supposed to be no blood, and
but yeah,
Hart and Austin you know, had a good story about how he was hard weight or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hart's always good about that. But anyway, so we get Michaels busted open, and then we get the battering ram finally, and it's just such a cool visual. Like the camera's right there inside the cage. It's just bloody face right into the cage. So cool.
A scene that's probably still used in highlight.
Oh, absolutely. And so literally we get he gets picked up again, but HBK is able to counter out of it. And then where are you to go? He's blocking the entranceway. Can't run back that way.
No.
He heads up there. Now, for a guy who just went through hell, he climbs pretty quickly up that cage. And Taker's trying to grab him, can't get him. Taker goes up, and I kept thinking, like, how's Taker going to get up there? I don't know. I know he's going up there, but it's just like, I could barely climb a cage, and Taker's just so much bigger. Like, I'm not saying he's in shape, but it's just like, I don't see him climbing shit. Like, because now, I don't know if you know, sometimes they have cages, they'll have, like, bigger holes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So clearly, they can, and it's like, no, this was not gimmicked that way. So it's like, he gets up there, and, they're up on the top, and dude, this crowd is ravenous at this point. We get a huge back body drop. And the thing is, like, I just keep going back to Foley here in a few more months. And it's just like, how lucky they were that they didn't give out. And you can see it buckling underneath them.
Because that wasn't supposed to in the Foley match.
Exactly. You know? So it's just like, hold on, I'm watching it, I'm like, shit.
They weakened it, was what they did.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, here, just like, holy shit. Anytime they can easily, wrong step, go right through, you're fucked. And not only does he do a big back body drop, he picks him up over his head and does a gorilla press, and I'm just like, holy shit. Yeah. And once again, like, we already know it's not going to happen, but just like when you're watching it back, you can't help but just be like, how did it not, you know? Michaels is trying to scamper away, and he starts climbing down, but Taker catches up to him, stomps on his hand, he's just dangling there, stops again, and boom, he falls right through the table. And granted, it's going to be outdone here shortly, but for this time, craziest bump I've seen on camera so far. I mean, it really is. Like, it is kind of sad it gets overshadowed, but at the same time, it's like, fuck it. Still a cool spot. And then Taker comes down.
And honestly, if you want to talk about eras, because of course we're on the heels, it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Of the Attitude Era or just whatever the fuck. But crazy bumps, bleeding. This match to me was that one that really started to
kind of define it,
redefine. Even though Foley had already been doing this stuff, like the crazy bumps, but this match was the one that was like,
well, it's more brutal. Like, even though Foley's matches were crazy, you didn't see the blood, you didn't see the torture and stuff. You know, like, it was like, you know, I was like, no, it's always like an even back and forth, fucked up thing. But
it's in October 1997. You're watching this match and going like, man, whoa, yeah. Shit. But by October 1998, you may see that same match and go, okay.
Well, that's pretty tame compared to what we just saw.
Or, you know, if there is no blood or no big bump, well, that sucked.
Yeah, and that's what I want to talk about later on, too. Yeah. I guess we'll discuss it now. It does seem like they've set the bar so high for Hell in a Cell that when you do see a cell match, you're automatically just like, well, this ain't as good as Foley. Like, yeah, no one's going to top.
And it's so dumb now because it's like, well, if we have Hell in a Cell, somebody has to go through the cell, somebody has to go off the cell.
Yep. And if they don't, you're mad, too, because you're like, they didn't even go outside, you know. And
Taker and Shane.
Yeah. WrestleMania.
A recent WrestleMania.
Yeah, and Shane was on top. And
the table obviously had like a big air
pattern. Yeah, had a huge thing underneath there, so it was just like, I don't know. And there is
another crazy motherfucking bumper.
Oh, yeah, we definitely will. But no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It just, and I'm watching this too. I was saying the exact same thing because when they're first fighting outside, you know, there's pads inside the Hell in a Cell on the floor, but you get outside the cage, it's nothing but concrete. There's no goofy ass ramp. There's no padded fucking guardrails.
Yeah, it's just the bike racks.
Yeah, and it's just like, holy shit. Like, that's, I don't know. And then you see that bump, it's like, he fell on a monitor. It's just like, nowadays they're like, let's pull everything off so they don't get hurt. Okay, it's just like,
now they're just like little flat screen, like tablet monitors now,
like,
you know,
where they can easily pick up, they're like, oh, we got it, don't worry about it, you do your move. But no, it's just like, I don't know. And I get it. It's safer now, and I mean, now we all know it's fake. It should be safer. I'm not, you know, I get unprotected chair shots to the head. I get it. We don't need it now. But there was an era where it was just like, fuck. We were so ignorantly unaware, and it was so much better. I mean, we'll never get back to that, but it's just like, fuck. You watch a match like this.
I watched a match this morning with my wife, who was absolutely uninterested as fuck in any kind of pro wrestling. And just looking at her going, man, I really miss these days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is it right here. This was...
It was one of those things, like when she says, why do you watch this? Because, you know, anything I watch now is like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's some of it's... Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, like, I always go back to those old Attitude Era matches and all that stuff, and I'm like, this is why.
Yeah, this is it right here.
Like, I still have the network, so I can still have this. I don't necessarily have to like what's going on now.
Yeah.
This is why.
This is all I watch. I have the network, and I don't watch anything current. I don't watch anything new. I don't watch any of their little documentaries. I just watch old school pay-per-view. That's just the only reason I have the network. Or Peacock here in a couple months. Anyways.
But this was a match, this was a big reminder. I guess I should have saved this for the review.
Oh,
but I'll circle back later. But this was a big reminder of how good we had it.
Oh, yeah.
No. I know that's what you're getting at, but
yeah.
Still, like you said, also, like, those poor fucking guys.
Oh, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. They definitely paid a hefty price. I did skip one visual I want to get back to real quick, is when HBK's on top of the cell, and Taker's stalking him, and he's just down, and his face is right in there. He's just grinding his face, and the blood is dripping on the camera. It's just like,
and when the cameraman goes, holy shit!
Yes! I was like, there you go.
Was that the cameraman?
That was the camera guy freaking out. He's just like, oh shit, what does he have? What does he have? Okay.
Yeah.
This guy,
it is Michaels. So.
Exactly, yeah. He had sunny days, so, it's just like, we better stay away from this. But, cool visual. So, anyways, back to the Carnage. He picks him up and launches him onto the other announce table. We destroyed the Spanish announce table. Now he's going to try to destroy the French. Doesn't break it, but I do think Michaels got up too quickly after both table spots.
Yeah, I mean...
But once again, I'm sure he just didn't give a fuck. He's probably completely off his ass.
Undertaker just no-sold and sweet chin music.
That's true, though. So it does work, I guess. Tit for tat.
Yeah.
So, anyway, they get back in the ring, finally. And Taker just completely manhandles him. And I think he's a chokeslam done. Oh, super chokeslam on top of the ropes.
Yeah.
Comes off with it. Launches him across the ring. And then, it looks like he's about done. He's signaling for the tombstone. And then the lights go out. And go right ahead.
Oh, no. I'm going to let you continue that. But, like, it reminded me, especially early in the match, not so much later on, because I think maybe he got his bell rung a few times. But Michaels was sort of overselling stuff at first. Not
a little bit.
Not like Hogan.
No,
but
yeah, if you got whipped into the corner, he would do, like, not only would he like kind of flop up and down, but then he'd kind of do an extra bounce and then fall back down. He did that a couple times.
I mean, it worked more in this, like the one with Hogan when it was SummerSlam 05 or some shit like that. Like, that was just, he was taking
clearly. I think here it works because Taker is huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you go back and watch, like, the ladder matches, even the one with him and Hart, he did the jellyfish routine quite a bit there, where he just kind of flopped around and did whatever.
I just wanted to, Undertaker grabbed him and said, "You cut that shit out right now."
We're done right now. You're winning the fucking match, motherfucker. All right, take it seriously. So, anyways,
so lights went out. Okay, so I guess they forgot to pay their electric.
That's what it was. Well, the Kill Center, they told them, you got to be out here by a certain time. If you're not, we're gonna turn the lights off. And they was like, fuck it. Lights went off.
They said we needed 22,000. Yeah. And you only got 21 something.
That was it. So then they turned it off, and then they went home that night. And then next night on Raw, they had a little blow off match. And
now, what really happened?
What really happened was, oh my God, the organ music plays, and everybody's like, what the fuck's going on? And then out comes Kane.
I did miss the. Actually, there's two things that kind of was like, oh, but and then the explosion, like when the music kicks in, that wasn't there yet, and then
we'll get to that next. Okay. Well, I think it works only because it's the first appearance. Yes. We didn't know what to expect. Yeah, but then secondly, I don't know. I kind of like
it. Almost would have been more effective then because no one knew.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he comes out and
that shit is terrifying. In real life,
oh yeah.
Even if you've seen Kane 1,000 times, you're sitting in that arena and that fucking, and you know the timings.
Yeah.
It's still, you're like, fuck.
It makes you jump, and you can feel the heat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it really is insane. And Vince was my favorite call of the night. That's Kane. That's gotta be Kane. And you're just like, holy shit. He arrived. And
I remember him being more Vince McMahon than he actually was.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it was more like, gotta be Kane. It was a little more subdued than that.
He pulled it back a little bit, but still, cool call. Oh, yeah. And out comes Kane.
He said it a few times, too.
And probably my favorite Kane get-up. With the one arm completely uncovered, other arm covered. And he gets in there, and he grabs that door and just rips it right off the fucking hinges. And he gets inside there, and of course, Taker is just stunned, scared. I think Vince said he had a quizzical look on his face, and
don't think we've seen that Taker in a while.
It's been a while. What, Giant Gonzalez? So, anyways,
it was the masked skyscraper that scared him the most, though.
Just go to Terra Minimos. I ain't gonna
That's a
lie.
terrible callback. I'm trying.
Did he come back in the Boneyard match?
He did.
Boneyard. Anyway,
That's a different.
Actually, I was saying different thing altogether. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Massacre actually was in that. Anyways, they milk it out so great though, because it's just like there's this epic stare down. And once again, if you know the story going into it, oh, I just remember like for months, it's like I kept hearing about Kane, and then you finally see it, and it's just like I don't know.
They never even other than the name.
Yeah,
no, they never teased any of the look,
graphics, no screenshots, nothing. Yeah, it was just like it was. Here he was, and then boom, comes up, down, no explosion, but the four corners light up. Taker freaks out, and I like that too because I feel like going beyond kayfabe. We have gone beyond kayfabe in a while. Paul Bearer's like, listen. I know Taker. I haven't been able to have a guy beat him yet, but I know him. He's about mind games, and we need to start kicking up those games right now. He thinks he's the only one that can do lightning bolts and fucking fog. No. We're going to do fire. I got a guy. He'll take care of it for you. And boom, and Taker wasn't expecting that shit. Holy shit. And when he turns back around, boot in the stomach, picked him up for a tombstone, which came look like he didn't know which way he was going to face.
I was going to say,
he's just like, hard cam, no, don't hear no shit. It is over here. I'm sure Taker's just like, fucking drop me. He's just like, okay, right here. And then it was kind of comical. But if you want to go beyond kayfabe, he's toying with him.
Yeah.
I can carry you around all I want, motherfucker. Look over here. But in reality, you can tell he was just like, shit, which way do I face? The Rock has a funny...
That could have been it right there.
That would have been it right there. Could have been, well, The Rock has a funny story. His Survivor Series match, they always tell you, face the hard cam when you win. Hand up, and he's facing the opposite way. His very first match, like he wins, and he's just like, yeah, and you don't see him. It's just like, I don't know, it's funny. Anyways, Tombstone pile driver. He gets up and walks away. Long walk away.
And again, I thought he beat him up more. Just going back.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, I remember it was a Tombstone, but I didn't realize how much time passes between the Tombstone and the pin, because it's just like, Tombstone.
Yeah.
And then he gets up. And slowly walks out.
Yeah.
They get through the cage. They walk all the way back. Michaels slowly crawling to him. Drapes the arm on him. The referee slowly gets up.
Paul Bearer's dumping water on him.
Yeah. And he gets up at the ring. And then the referee's doing the 1.
That was a horribly slow count.
2. Like I was doing my taxes while this was going down. 3. And I'm just like, 1 tombstone. 1 from Kane. No, I'm wrong. That makes Kane look like $1 trillion fucking dollars. Like he literally just tombstoned his brother.
That whole sequence of him from the time he came through the door, and that made Kane unstoppable.
Oh, it really did. And I'll get to that in a second. But it really was like it was the greatest debut. Boom, and HBK wins. And the great thing is Triple H and Chyna come out there and they scoop him up. And they're celebrating, but Michaels is out on his feet. It's great sell. He's just like, he's dead. But the whole time, Triple H is just like, yeah, we am this like...
Like holding his arm up.
Yeah, and he's just like, Michaels don't even know what's going on. And it's this great heel work right there. Because I always love when like the heel wins somehow, and they didn't earn it maybe. And it's just like, they act like they won, but they can't even comprehend what's going on. It's great. Flair does it quite a bit back in the Horseman days, and it's just, I don't know. It took me back. But anyways, that was it, and then finally we get the final shot of Taker kind of waking up, like what the fuck is going on, and then we fade out. As far as Aftermath goes here, as we all know, Michaels would go on to challenge Bret Hart. That's the thing too; they didn't really mention a whole lot, but they did bring up like 1 sentence later on. But in the build-up, they never said anything. But I remember distinctly, and I mean the video package didn't say that. I remember them saying this was the #1 contender. Man, like where will fight Bret Hart and the wrestlers?
I just heard him say that Shawn Michaels' career was on the line.
Well, see, I do remember him saying that, but it's like it wasn't anywhere in the video package. And when the announcer said it, he never said like this is for the #1 contender. He was just like Hell in a Cell. Here's HBK. So it was just,
he could have at least put that fucking Euro title on the line.
The coveted European.
He tried to bring some prestige to that fucking thing.
See, I feel like it was him rubbing it in Hart and Bulldog's face. Like, I got this coveted title. Oh, good thing I'm hanging on to this. It's just like, I don't know. I thought he was being...
like D'Lo never main evented with the...
It's almost like, it really is funny because it goes from like, Bulldog, which whatever, but then like HBK, main eventer, and then that goes back to Triple H. Before he was Triple H, like, really, I see Triple H. And then it's just like, it never did get back up again. Like, that was literally the last of its, whatever. But I will say, when D'Lo had it, it did feel more important because he defended it so much.
Yeah.
So I will say, it had like that TV title kind of vibe to it at the time. But anyways, Hart and Michaels would face at Survivor Series, and leading up to that, it became more of a U.S. versus Canada thing again. And I noticed that at this era, that's all Hart was about. Was just like fuck America, it's all about Canada. And then they would use that, but Michaels would, some say took it too far. He would sneeze and pick his nose with the flag. He would hump it, tear it up.
He did sexually assault the flag.
He did rape that flag.
That flag right now is actually just released a statement that they're filing
Hashtag Me Too. I saw that. Yeah, the flag. He's coming forward after all these years.
Might be in some trouble.
It's gonna be the end of it right there. You don't lose everything.
And it sucks because we all saw it happen.
Yeah, what happened? HBK would go on to face him, and at this point in real life, it's really heating up.
Oh
personally.
yeah.
And then when the match happens, Michaels throws on the sharpshooter, and Hart taps out the little bitch. You can actually hear the audio of Hart going, "My God, this hurts! I quit! Oh God!"
Yeah.
Oh, and they let go. And Michaels so disgusted by Hart just being a bitch, he literally goes, "Fuck! Give me that belt!" He just walks out, doesn't celebrate. He's pissed, and then Hart's embarrassed, and he's just like, "I'll spit in your face, Vince! I'm going to WCW." Of course, it's a Montreal Screwjob we're talking about, and
What happened
we'll
there?
probably never talk about that ever, actually. So, you know what?
Was Taker on that card?
He was not, actually. So, yeah, we'll be skipping that. So, anyways, that's that. Michaels did go on, finish up the year by facing Ken Shamrock at Degeneration X in your house. He retained on a DQ.
Yeah, what a shitty match for his pay-per-view.
Exactly. After he
no offense.
Yeah. Poor. Well, it had a shitty ending. At the time, though, Shamrock was a credible contender. No, we know now that clearly he's going to be an icy guy from here on out. But you got to think yourself back in '97. It really was like they were trying to build him up to be a big star.
Well,
I think this was his training. And
that first version of the UFC was gaining some traction.
Yeah,
he was the biggest star there.
So I will say, the build-up for this match really wasn't shit. But when it ends in a DQ, and then Shamrock's just thrown right back down the card and never returned. Like, the closest he gets is win the King of the Ring, and even then, it's like he never did get back to top. Like, he kind of Billy Gunned that King of the Ring big time. Before Billy Gunned it. But anyways...
Wow, he Billy Gunned it before Billy Gunned it.
So, anyways, but yeah. But no, at the time, I won't completely shit on that, because it wasn't a bad match. It just, I don't know. The chemistry wasn't there, and I do kind of just feel like the ridiculous DQ ending they give it really did hurt Shamrock more than anything else. Kane, on the other hand, would make his in-ring debut, as Kane, obviously, against Mankind at Survivor Series. Well, we're going to be on kayfabe there, don't worry about that. But anyways, he would defeat Excuse me, sorry, I had a quesadilla before I got here.
Oh, no. I can tell.
And so anyways, he would take out Mankind, and then, but he didn't want to end it there. He wanted Undertaker in the ring. However, and he just, this is when he starts to do his path of destruction. He's just, coming up there laying waste to jobbers and mid-carders.
I love all of that.
Oh, it's great. But Taker vowed he will never, ever face his brother.
Not going to happen.
And it doesn't. Ever.
Brothers don't fight.
No, they don't fight. They don't fight at all. That's what Vince says. Brothers don't fight. Bruce Nolan or Brett Nolan, that would never happen. So, brothers don't fight. So, anyways, we'll end it right there.
There's plenty more of this Kane Undertaker saga.
Absolutely. I do like the fact that, like I said, I won't go too far into it, because we already went to, if you want to know more about my theory, go hit up either the Royal Rumble 97 episode or the Survivor Series 95, where it features Dr. Isaac Yankem or Diesel, respectively. I don't even want to use fake Diesel. I'm just like, he was really Diesel. And anyways, but my whole theory was always that, this was just another mask he puts on, and he's been waiting for this moment to strike. And he tried to strike 2 times before, and it just didn't pan out for him. But now that he has the tutelage of Paul Bearer, he got that confidence, and here we are. So, Simon.
I like it.
Oh, it's great. It fits out perfectly. Your review, man. Throw it out there. Give us your rating, or your review, and then give us your star rating out of 4.
Oh, it's 4 stars.
Boom. There it is.
That's a 4-star match. It's easily a 4-star match. And I kind of got my review in there, little tidbits during his spiel, but like...
I'm going to get my drink. You keep talking.
Dude, it's like, this match was everything that... And it's like, I remembered it, but I didn't remember it. It's one of those things, like I said, just little things, like, I thought he did this, and I thought they did this, and I didn't think they did this, and it's like... But the brutality of it was good brutality.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't some, like... I mean, we keep bringing him up when it comes to matches like this, but like, there's some Foley stuff that's just like, oh, that's cool, that's cute, you know, you fell off this or jumped off this, but you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, unnecessary.
You know, it was unnecessary, but this match, everything that happened, you know, and they both took some pretty hard bumps. Michael's obviously more than Undertaker. There was a couple of times where it looked like Michaels may have been taking some liberties, and you can kind of see Taker fire up and, like, really kind of...
outside the cage, it was one of those moments where I'm just like, dude, he's like fucking potatoed the shit out of Taker, and then like Taker comes back, I'm like, okay, he got him back.
Well, there was a part where he's got him in something, and Michaels is holding on to the cage.
Yeah.
And Taker's trying to pull him off the cage, and like just semi-trucks him, like right into the corner of the cage, and then Michaels like goes limp, and as if to say, get the fuck on there.
And I think too, the boot in the face when Michaels is going up the cage the first time, and Taker grabs him. Because once again, it's like, it's fucking kayfabe. You gotta make sure. I mean, you can't just be like, I can't reach him all of a sudden. Yeah. It's like, and it was like Michaels getting on first, and he's actually like tired. I need to get up to the top of his cage, and he kicks him right in the fucking face. And the little Taker, once again, it could have been, you know, maybe he didn't even hit him that hard, and Taker just solely right. But dude, Taker looks pissed, almost like, you're gonna get that back. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna get you down the road. But yeah, no.
But it's just all those little moments, everything, the real and the kayfabe and everything. And you know, there's sometimes I've given matches high ratings because the match sucked, but like the build and the story around the match and the aftermath and the beforehand and everything like come together and still made it all work. You know, there's been great matches that I didn't give such great reviews to because they didn't have any build or any storylines
or anything
like that. I mean, the match still got it pretty good. But anyways, this is everything. This is a great story, a build, a great feud that's been on and off, and like those two can go, and they still got some going left in them.
Oh yeah.
You got the introduction of Kane. You know, Paul Bearer finally comes back because you know we discussed it before. How weird is it when we see somebody else with Paul Bearer, like when Mankind was with Vader and Goldust even.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that just don't work.
No.
This works.
I think that's what makes the story even better too, because it's almost like he did try other people. Like, you know, it would be like realistic. Like, fuck, who do we got the roster? Well, Mankind's been giving him a run for his money. Let's do that. That didn't work. Shit. Well, Vader's a big guy. I got the Executioner. He's a big guy. This ought to work.
Forgot about the Executioner.
Yeah, I think everybody did. But no, it didn't work. And you finally find someone who could work.
His
you know
son.
what I mean? Yeah, it's his own flesh and blood, buddy. So.
But yeah, so I mean, I can't. I mean, I could really go on all day just about this. This was awesome, and I will say this right now, and I don't know. I'm thinking I've said this recently even, but I'm saying it again. Best match that we've reviewed so far.
Oh yeah.
Period. End of destruction.
Yeah.
End of discussion.
Discussion.
Nothing into destruction.
No, not yet. Not by far.
Those brothers are coming.
Oh, you better believe it. Can't wait. Can't wait for that.
Well, I kind of.
Them fighting the Chronic in the cage match or whatever the fuck that was.
So what's your review and your rating?
Oh my god, this match.
So hard.
It's for sure. It hasn't gone down yet. Already shot off twice.
The Boneyard match.
Boneyard match. That's I put him on the edge first time. No, so I mean this match. This match is over. I mean just introductions to the final pay-per-view. It's over 40 minutes long. It does not feel it. No. It really is like it's.
You telling me that right there made me go, what now?
Yeah, and it's just like it's one of those things where it's just like I don't know. It's like watching a movie you've seen a million times and you still love it. It's the same thing. Like I don't really get that way about wrestling as much. There's certain matches I could go back to and revisit anytime, watch it. But they are few and far between. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's fun to watch every now and then, but I'll never just be like, I gotta watch this match. Never have a hankering. But this is one of those matches that I could watch again because it's laid out even like a movie. It's very, there's 3 acts to it. It's, the first part is just, Taker killing Michaels. Then you got the second half, or the second part where it's, the second act is Michael made that comeback. And then the third act is the insane fucking Kane showing up and that whole, top roof. The whole finale is just brilliant. And then, of course, the ending, and you're just like, fuck. And it's every beat is perfect. There's nothing that felt like it was just out of place. Everything had a purpose. Down to the cameraman being in the way. Once again, like you said, a lot of things you remember, something you forgot. And I just remember thinking, like, it may come now I just watch a lot of wrestling. And now that I'm watching WCW, it's just like, I can tell the difference between good camera work and bad camera work, because WCW had a lot of bad camera work. And I kept thinking, first thing I thought was like, wow, you're really in there, buddy. Like, back up. Like, this is your first day.
I don't mean to cut you off about the cameraman. Like, I was thinking that, at one point, like, I mean, like, you can't really judge the distance, but from the back of my couch to this wall, like, that's pretty much all the space they got. Do you need 5 fucking handheld cameramen in that?
Oh, and once again, it made sense.
In a new area that these two aren't really used to working in
Yeah.
either. Like,
It's a new environment for everybody. But once again, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Because now, guess what? We got an excuse to get him out. I feel like that was one of the best ways to get him out of the cage,
what if
too.
that's when they gimmick the door?
Do what?
Or if that's when they kind of like...
Who knows? Like,
No,
they're over there, they're like...
They didn't gimmick the door. I'm sorry.
But no, like I said, everything had a place. You know, there was no wasted movement, no wasted moves, everything was just perfect. 4 stars right there. This is the very first of the entire series of Journey Through the Darkside that we had a 4-star.
Oh, really?
Match. Yeah,
Awesome.
never did it. If you had a 4-star, I'd go 3. If I had 4, you go 3. We never did meet up there.
Yeah.
It's the first one across the board, 4-star match. Agreed, best match we've talked ever. I mean, this is it. This is the best Taker match.
Can we just do
so
this
far.
one again?
Well, we may want to, because I ain't gonna lie, next month's gonna be a little. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, we'll get
but
to that.
anyways, but no, this is this is just perfect across the board. Like I said, like you, I can go on and on. I can blow this thing completely. And I was going to do a big Kane rant, but honestly, we got time because they're gonna cross paths a few times. I'm sure I can do that then. So no, this is it right here. This is it. 4 stars, man.
And
So
much like you compared this match to sort of a movie, the way that it worked out, much like a movie, it's got some good sequels, but this one
can't beat the original.
And I'm telling you, like, I mean, and we're going to review this obviously down the road, but everybody always brings up the '98 match for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to blow my load on it. We'll go back and talk. That match really wasn't that good. This, and really no other in my opinion, no other Hell in a Cell matches even come close to this.
I think the first 2 are always the best. I think the second one is great, obviously for the high spots. I mean, let's be real. But you're right, in-ring stuff, not as much, although I think it will surprise us when we go back and review it, because I think it's one of those things where, like, there was some stuff that happened in that ring that we kind of don't talk about because it's always about the through and off, But this one, I think, all around, from a technical standpoint, from a wrestling standpoint, from a brawling standpoint, from a cage standpoint, like, it just hits every fucking mark. Like, it really was
Well,
just...
it's like, especially after the '98, when they tried everything they could to, and every one of them had to have a high spot like that. I mean, this match even had Michaels falling off the, 3/4 of the cage or whatever. But they made it taller.
Yeah.
They made it wider, or they made, the fencing was different. The material it was made out of. It's just like they had to do all this other bullshit to like
try to enhance it, and it really.
But and they had to make it, like a trapdoor basically on the top, because that had to happen every fucking time, and like it was just like.
See, that's the thing too. I always forget, when Triple H and Cactus Jack will fight in a Hell in a Cell at Royal Rumble, I think it was, or WrestleMania. I don't remember. They fought somewhere.
With the flaming bat or whatever.
And same thing. We had the exact same spot of Foley going not just through the cage, it goes through the
through the ring.
Ring too. But it's just like that was planned, and it felt planned. Like I don't know, because we watched it.
Good thing is that was probably a safer bump.
Oh, absolutely. But at the same time, you're just like, it does take away from the spontaneity of the match, I guess.
Yeah. Because it's like, you watch, we're both horror fans.
Yeah. I dabble.
In my opinion, because one of my favorite franchise of all time. You take like Halloween or 1978 and like Rob Zombie's Halloween. Yeah. And both are fine. I'm fine with both of them. Yeah. But all the extra gimmicks and all the extra that Rob Zombie added into his Halloween was fine, but it was totally unnecessary. Yeah. And it just makes me appreciate the original that much better.
Just get back to the basics, and that's what this match was. It was just...
And fortunately for me and you, they did that in 2018, so... and they're going to this year.
Well, if you want to talk about matches compared to the 2018 Halloween, next month we're going to be talking about Degeneration X in your house when Taker takes on Jeff Jarrett.
Finally!
The Revenge of Jarrett.
You know how long
the Revenge of Jarrett.
Since
Royal Rumble 94, baby.
He took that fucking super kick to the chest.
Oh, God.
Roundhouse kick. Because he had his jacket on him.
Oh, yeah,
The jacket totally affects your legs, but it's all right. It's all right, Chuck. You're getting up there.
You're getting up there. Don't worry about that. But yeah, that'll be next month. So that's all we got.
So it's going to be a good match.
It's going to be an awesome match. You better believe that.
Well, the comparison you made makes me think that it's going to be. It may be better than this one.
It could. You know what? It's going to blow us away. Don't you worry about that.
2018 Halloween was better than the original 78. Okay. On that note, I'm going to.
We're going to end it right there. All right. I'm Daniel.
I'm Simon.
We'll catch you next time.
Yes, you will.